And we are live back with the boy Steve McCalla, partner in crime when it comes to the Champions League this season. And
Absolutely.
we are here to discuss the second qualifying round, the first leg results. We made predictions. We are going to discuss our predictions. We are going to discuss how all the teams look going into the second legs, who will go through, who won't make it, what ties look like it's done, dusted, and so on and so forth, man. Steve, how are you feeling today?
I'm all right, man. I'm doing good. I got a few shirts in the mail. One from the team from Malta, Valletta, a shirt from 2015. I got it off eBay for like $30.
Yeah.
San Jose Earthquake shirt that I found for cheap, and then I got this Linfield jacket.
Wow.
So I'm doing all right. I'm busy at work with the dogs. The little dogs were acting crazy today, fighting each other and shit. So.
Yeah.
But I'm all right. I'm all right.
I've been busy as well, bro.
Yes.
But you know what? You know what we're going to get busy with? This Champions League qualifying, second qualifying round results. So, guys, it's your boy Dom, you know what I mean? Big Dom. I've been on a little sabbatical during the summer, but, I'm slowly getting back there. The season is going to start up, and we're going to come with the fire. You know what I'm saying? Man City defending champions in the Premier League. Real Madrid defending champions in the Champions League, and it's going to be on, man. It's going to be on. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So big up to the boy Fresh God in the house, the Lego dude, Victor, Jomo, everybody. Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream, and we're going to get this thing going. So, look, Steve, as I mentioned to you, I didn't get a chance to watch the Qarabağ Zürich game, nor did I get to watch the highlights because, I was strapped for time tonight. I watch every other highlight except the Qarabağ Zürich and the one between Maribor and Sheriff. So, Steve would give us more insight on this one. So let's start with this. And Qarabağ, the team from Azerbaijan, defeated Zurich of Switzerland 3-2. My pick was Zurich. Steve went with Qarabağ. So right now he's happy about this result.
Yeah.
But I think Zurich could actually make a comeback in the second leg, though. So for the goal scorers, Caddy opened the scoring in the 17th minute. Waji scored a brace, but that first goal in the 36th, there was a comeback goal by Camberry for Zurich in the 65th. Waji again 66th. They say after you just score, you're most vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then Kraizu in the 85th from the penalty spot to bring Zurich back in the tie, because being 3-1 down, that would have been a big gap going into the second leg, which would be the home leg, and just needing one goal to take it to extra time. I think they will be happy with this result. So, Steve, how you feel about this result, though?
Like I said, Zurich, when I watched their first game against Young Boys last Saturday, they were smashed up 4-0 away to Young Boys. So I wasn't surprised, honestly, and it doesn't look Zurich's home form. Or away form, 2 games played, 7 conceded, 2 scored. So hopefully they can arrest that trend real quick. Otherwise, they won't be making any, European competitions or challenging for the league in Switzerland. So, just more of the same, honestly. I can't say I'm surprised. And also Qarabağ completely smacked Plzeň around 5-1. So they're in good home form to start off their season too. So again, I just wasn't surprised. 4-3-3 for Zurich, and Nanto, the young Italian kid, played on the left, and from what I've heard, he didn't have a great game. Blerium Jamaili, who used to play for Montreal and Bologna, played also for Zurich. It looks like they switched from a 4-3-3, and they played 4-4-2 at the weekend against Young Boys, but I think Franco Foda's looking for solutions early because he's a bit worried. So, but they play FC Luzern on Saturday at home, so maybe that will turn Zurich's form around. So it's a big week for them, though. Very big week, but I'm not surprised.
the fact that they're actually at home, I think it could actually help them. And
Yeah.
but Franco Foda has been a suspect manager over the last couple of years with the Austrian team and all. So
Yeah.
if they don't overturn this deficit, I actually won't be surprised. So
Yeah.
Qarabağ, they're looking pretty strong.
Yeah.
It may be another mistake by me not picking them because I didn't pick them the last round. And there they go, proving me wrong once again. So, Steve, we're going to keep it moving, though.
Yeah.
Qarabağ in the driving seat. Zürich,
Yeah.
still in the tie. And let's see how they fare next week. So, look, this one was a big surprise. This is an upset. This is definitely an upset. And Žalgiris of Lithuania defeated Malmö of Sweden a 0-0. And I have to say, Malmö played around in this game. They had so many opportunities and they didn't take the opportunities. And Žalgiris, that was a cheeky goal that they scored as well. So, you know what I mean? They kept in the game. They were compact. They were, very frustrating. And they got that one goal that they needed at home as well. But with Malmö having the pedigree and the history and everything, and they will be at home, easily could get one goal, take it to extra time, or, finish it off within 90 minutes. So I picked Malmo. So the first two games, I'm not looking good. I'm really, really not looking good, though. How you feel about this result, though?
I was shocked too, to be honest, because I picked Malmo too. I think Malmo might have been lucky to only come out of the game 1-0 because they played really poorly, to be honest. That's the thing about I've seen a few Malmo games this year. They got smashed by Djurgården 4-0 in the Allsvenskan in the Swedish, their domestic league. They got capitulated there. They lost to AEK. They lost to their away record at times can be a little bit suspect. Just kind of the same thing with Zürich. And they also drew 3-3 with Viking Reykjavik, the 3-3. So maybe it was best that Malmo gets this away. If you're going to pick a time in the Champions League qualifiers to lose, do it 1-0 to a Lithuanian team, and hopefully Malmo can, for their sake, they can get 3 or 4 goals and just bury the tie. But it's not going to be easy because clearly Žalgiris were up for it. Maybe that was home advantage, but I picked them from the last round because I thought that they looked all right. So this is a what is it called? It's a banana skin potentially for Malmo. They really got to look out. So
definitely. I didn't pick Žalgiris, and
I didn't either.
It's two teams. The first two games that we're talking about is two teams that I didn't pick, pulling off, doing the business. Look, I like to take the time to big up everybody in the chat, some familiar faces. Nice of you guys to come through, staying subscribed, and, just being patient over the last 2 months where I've just been taking a little break. I got COVID for the first time. I made it. I survived. I feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was an experience. Let's just say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice to finally have it and see how it is, so I could,
It was nice to get COVID.
Yeah, it was nice to to get the monkey off your back, basically.
Yeah,
you know
I know.
Yeah, because it is a scary situation, bro. You never know what it'll do to you.
I know, right?
So we're gonna keep it moving, however, and I think Malmo will pull through and overturn this deficit as well. Look, we're getting into territory where I made good predictions, and Pyunik of Armenia versus Diddeleng of Luxembourg. And I have to say, Pyunik looked really, really good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They look good, you know what I mean? And
I think I watched most of the first half and some of the second half. Pyunik were getting good balls into the box. But to be fair, Diddelong's keeper claimed a lot of them. And, I think Diddeleng were pretty strong defensively in that game to cope with Pyunik. But Pyunik looked improved from the previous round against Cluj.
Yeah.
So they just gotta get some more goals in them, Pyunik, which they could do because they got two 2-2 draw with Cluj, and then it went to penalties. But yeah,
But
I can't
Diddeleng,
be
yeah,
surprised.
Diddeleng, they look kind of iffy in the game, but they did
Yeah,
come back very, very well.
yeah,
And a player that I have to point out is Sinani. He
yeah,
was quite threatening in the game. So, you know what I mean? I I didn't pick them in the last round, and I think I had confidence in them, and they didn't
yeah,
disappoint at all. But this team Pyunik, I gotta give him some respect though. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I really gotta give him some respect.
yeah.
And the second leg would be quite an interesting one, but
Mm,
Diddelong, being that they will be at home, I think still have the advantage here. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And then
So,
also an interesting
mm,
stat about Diddelong is that they're, I believe, the second Luxembourgish team, the second time in Luxembourgish football history where a Luxembourgish team has won 3 of their Champions League qualifiers, and Diddelong did that same feat a few years ago. So they're starting off very, very hot. So I think Diddelong will at least I think especially if they get past this round, I think they're guaranteed at least Europa Conference League group stage. So that would be
yeah.
good for them. But I think they could even be a Europa League group stage team, or maybe even Champions League. I think
But
uh,
weren't Diddelong in the Europa League or the Conference League recently though? They were.
yeah, they were 3 or 4 years ago when they
Yeah, I
played
think.
Sevilla,
Yeah, I think.
Qarabağ,
Yeah,
and
they
I
were.
forget
They
the
were.
other
They
one.
were.
They're in a group stage of the Europa League. Yes.
So Diddelong looking good. They're looking poised to
Yes.
actually, win the tie, but it
Yeah.
still hangs in a balance. So
Yeah.
we can't really write off Pyunik just as yet. So we're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna go to the teams in green, where this was one of the more one-sided ties that we saw, and
Yeah.
that's Ludogorets of Bulgaria defeating Shamrock Rovers of Ireland 3 goals to 0.
Yeah.
I have to say, Shamrock Rovers started out with a little opportunity
Yeah.
from the get-go. But then after that early foray,
Pretty
I'm
cold.
telling you, Ludogorets they were on fire, man.
Yeah.
Sotioru, the Cypriot, he was really
Super
good,
striker.
scored a
Yeah.
brace,
Mm.
26th, 35th minute, and he could have got a hat trick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a couple handball up shouts as well.
Yeah.
And then Igor Thiago rounded it off with a 90th, 94th minute goal, you know what I'm saying? So,
Scrappy goal for the
yep.
third one. It was bouncing around in the box, and it was just right place, right time from Igor. So that probably killed off the tie. But
Yeah.
Shamrock Rovers did beat, albeit a much weaker side than Ludogorets. They beat Hibernians 3-0. So maybe
But
they
they
could do
did
something.
but they did draw the
But,
second leg though, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. But
We'll see.
Ludogorets are looking good for the
They
next
are.
round. I think this tie is pretty much over, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we could go on and say congratulations to the Bulgarian side, man. They look solid. They definitely look solid, you know what I mean? There's a few players on their team
Rick
that,
Rick
yeah.
did really well. I like Sotrio. I forget. I recognize that name from somewhere. He played.
Yeah,
someone
I
else.
think he may
Sotrio.
have played for one of them. I'm not gonna think, but he's Cypriot, so he may have played for, one of them top Greek or
Familiar
Cypriot
name.
teams.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
So look, this is pretty much over in my opinion. We don't need to really elaborate too much on that. Guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments as well. Appreciate you guys who are tuning in. If you're watching the replay, thanks as well. And make sure you smash that thumbs up button. We're gonna move on to another surprising result. And I
yeah.
think, Midtjylland of Denmark won, AEK Larnaca of Cyprus won, and they left the goals for late here. So Gioxo with the 81st minute goal, that was a direct free kick that beat everyone and went straight in. And Sviatchenko with the header 3 minutes later to equalize. I have to say,
Mm,
man, Midtjylland were poor in this game. They were really,
yes.
really poor. They deserve to actually lose this game, in my
Yeah.
opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that they had a little luck going for them, because Dalsgaard had a handball that wasn't given as well.
Yeah.
So, they had some bright moments. So I think Ivan there was really, really good in the game. And
Yeah.
I heard that they said some scouts from I think Galatasaray was out there watching him as
Yeah.
well. So they got quality in their team, Drea, as
Yeah.
well. But if you look at the stats here, 24 to 5 attempts. So AEK Larnaca just kept
16
themselves in the game and they
corners.
got that important goal.
Yeah.
And Midtjylland, they were just wasteful, pretty wasteful. You
Yeah.
check the attacking stats here, and you would see they hit the post twice. I think Drea did hit the post, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
but they were quite unlucky. But I don't think they played well enough because they did not take their chances, and they almost lost the game. If it wasn't for that
Yeah.
late goal, it pretty much would have been in the hole at home. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now, I think the AEK Larnaca actually hold the aces in this tie. They're not the team that I picked to go through, but I won't be surprised if they go through it ahead of Midtjylland at all. Seriously, I
I
really
wouldn't
won't.
either if they follow up with a bad performance again. It was just, Jesus. Yeah, I caught some of that game too, and AEK Larnaca, they stuck in it. They stuck in the game. They never gave up. So that's a good moment for them. And the best news is that they get Midtjylland at home. They did the hard part in
Exactly.
theory, going away and getting a draw, just not losing even 1-0 loss.
Yeah.
If Midtjylland walked out of that game with only a 1-0, if Jerkshaw didn't score, I wouldn't say that tie would be over by any means based off
Yeah,
the way
yeah, yeah.
Midtjylland played.
And look,
so,
but what Midtjylland got going for them is that they were very attacking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They saw a lot of the ball, and all that they need to do is to just improve on their finishing, man, and
Yeah.
they'll win the tie.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. If you look at the lineups, the Midtjylland lineup, they have a lot of new names in there,
Yeah.
but still a lot of old guards around, like Dalsgaard, no pun intended, Sviatchenko, you know what I'm saying? So, so let's see how this one pans out,
Yeah.
man. Definitely going to keep it moving. That was one of the shock results. I remember when you messaged me and you told me about that. So, yeah. This result, actually, I wasn't, when I saw this, I was like, WTF, because I wasn't really yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And Bodø Glimt, they had a lot of the ball, but they just couldn't penetrate the Linfield defense, man. You know what I'm saying? They just I think they snatched at most of their chances. If you check, look, Miller scored in the 83rd minute. That was a really good cheeky chipped goal late in the game.
Unreal goal. Really nice goal. Very happy.
And if you check the stats, guys, you see, look, 18 attempts for Bodø Glimt, right? 18 attempts. You check the attacking stats, 18 attempts, 5 on target, 9 off target. There was a lot of times they just had the ball and they snatched at it. And part of it was Linfield, being compact and just closing them down really, really quick. So
forcing them into bad shots.
Exactly. But, this Bodø Glimt team, I have to say, has been disrupted by, their own success as well, because they've come of age, and a lot of the players, attracted bids from bigger clubs, and they made money, and it really messed up the team a little, in my opinion. And I even read that another player's linked with a move out. I can't remember his name. I doubt he took part in this, but they being what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for, man? Like damn, what's the word I'm looking for? But like how Southampton, they just take all their best talent and all, so that's what's going on with not Bodø Glimt right now.
Stepping stone, maybe the word.
No. I can't remember the word right now. I have, my bad.
That's all right.
But they being let me see if anybody get the word I'm looking for right now. But big up to everybody in the chat though. Sometimes when you want the word, it just never comes.
I know, right?
Oh, I think they're being raided. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Oh God, damn.
A fire sale.
Definitely, they're being raided right now, and for a lot of their better players. If you go and you check transfer market and you check their outgoings, they've been making a lot of money. And
Patrick Berg to Lens, I believe, was their most profitable one. I think they got 7 or 8 million euros for him.
yeah, they've been making money. They've been making money. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised by, and it was a shocking performance in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, because I watched Bodø Glimt play HamKam at the weekend, and it was 0-0 for a lot of the game, just like this one was. But the two Bodø Glimt goals came from opportunistic, just driving in and taking a shot on. I just feel like Linfield didn't give them that, those chances. So it's Champions League is tough, man. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Coming up with teams.
This one is still, well poised, and Bodø Glimt will be at home, and they got an opportunity to overturn that 1-0 deficit.
Yeah.
I think they will, and I hope they do, so I could, pick up some more points here. And remember, whoever does pick up the most points during the whole qualifying process, wins a shirt. Like Steve would have to buy me a jersey if I win.
I'll
would have
get you
to
a
buy him.
Cancelo away shirt, and you got to get me probably a Trippier Newcastle home shirt.
Yep, I'm telling you, man, that Man City away jersey looks fire,
beautiful,
man. Very, very beautiful. So we're gonna keep it moving, though. Definitely gonna keep it moving. And the next one is a shocker. I'm telling you, and
more shocking than the Linfield one.
When I say shocker, I mean shocker.
Yeah,
because that first goal by Putita, it was poor goalkeeping in my opinion. Because Dominic Livakovic is just the indecision, and the miscommunication with his defenders. They weren't able to get that long ball. The 2 goals that Shkupi scored was 2 long balls and 2 defensive errors, basically by the goalkeepers and the defenders.
Yeah.
And the first goal, it was a poor goal to concede. Ademi equalized with a header as well. And then Petkovic, he put in one from, I think the ball was bouncing around the place. Crappy goal, he put it in.
Yeah.
And 3 minutes later, a similar goal to the first one where Livakovic just ran off his line like Edison, and he got chipped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if he had stayed put, the defenders would have at least dealt with it, and Dynamo would have gone on to win the game, man. And this being that they were at home, I think they missed the opportunity to go into the second leg with at least a 1-goal advantage. And this could go anyway. I think Dynamo should manage to win this game still, this tie.
Yeah.
But this one, it could go anywhere. And I'm kind of surprised by the amount of draws that we got and the amount of close games. But it just shows how much these clubs want it, man. Because you get to the Champions League group stage, it's more money. Even going through qualifiers, you get money, and it determines, you get into the Europa Conference League. There's money everywhere to be earned. You know what I mean? So
10 million euros is infinitely more valuable to Shkupi than 30 or 40 million is to a Man City.
Yeah, the thing is, with these smaller teams,
they don't need much money.
With these, exactly, the wage bills are not that huge. So you would find that if they do manage to make it to the Champions League group stages or even to the Europa League, that could cover their wage bill for the entire season. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they get to the Champions League. I think you're guaranteed about 25 million, 25 to 30 million. And if you win games and if you progress.
And if you draw even, you get a few million here and there. And so if you're Shkupi and you get there, not only you get the European and world spotlight on you if you play a Barcelona or anyone, just getting into the group stage, you'll get international exposure. That means players will be like, oh, maybe I should go to Shkupi, just like that,
exactly. Like Sheriff.
Like Sheriff. Yeah, exactly. So... Yeah, I don't.
So what do you think about the Dynamo? Like when I look at their 11 right now, I don't think that is their most settled 11, to be
Yeah.
honest. You know what I'm saying? Because look, they just brought in this young kid, Shutalo, and
From
they took him
Atalanta.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
they took him off. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of new names in the 11 as well.
That
Mr.
right hand
Ors,
side got completely subbed off.
yeah, Orsic didn't play. He didn't start the game at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me just double check the subs here. You know, because I didn't get to what Misla. He
Orsic
came
went
off
in
the
for
bench. You know what I'm
German.
saying? So maybe in the second leg, you know, the manager would definitely get his 11 right and start the right players. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think this was very experimental, and they really paid the price for it, in my opinion, though.
Yeah.
So well done to Shkupi, the Macedonian team.
Yeah.
This is a derby, Macedonia, Croatia
Yeah.
formerly part of Yugoslavia. So they will definitely look forward to this
Yeah.
tie. So I think Dinamo should go on to win it, though.
They should.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
Mm.
Bodø Glimt should have beaten Linfield. They should have, not. And that's what I said, man. That's what I said. When we were making our predictions, a lot of it looks cut clear and dry, but
It's not.
it's not, because that's football. Like,
Yep.
not the HJK game, which we'll go over, but Maccabi Haifa. I said
Yeah.
while I was making the predictions, I'm like, I think Olympiacos they'll probably lose or draw in the home leg, but I picked them because they'll probably win the home, the second leg at home. But
Yeah.
let's talk about HJK.
So HJK 1, Pilsen 2. And in this game, we had Chori scoring from the penalty spot. Very unlucky, penalty to concede there for HJK. Yeah. They fought back really, really well in the game, and they scored in the 50th minute, but Kopic, took Pilsen ahead in the 57th, man. So, I think this was a very, even affair.
Yeah.
Even though HJK lost the game, they fought back well. They played some good football, tested the Pilsen keeper. You know what I mean? And if we check the stats here, you could see exactly what I'm talking about. They had 12 attempts to Pilsen 5. You see, they hit the post once. You know what I mean? So they were pretty good going forward, but it's just that Pilsen were a little bit more clinical when they had their opportunities. So this one definitely hangs in a balance, but I did pick the Czech team Pilsen to go through, and I wasn't so convinced with HJK, but it looks like they could come into their own, and they could put up a challenge in the second leg. But the fact that it's going to be on the road, it works against them as well. You know what I mean? No away goals, you know what I mean, but still. Home advantage definitely counts for something still in these matches, though. So, what are your thoughts on the overall result, though?
I was surprised that HJK kind of kept it so close. To be honest, I thought Pilsen would probably win 2 or 3-0, maybe 3-1. But yeah, to be honest, HJK were pretty competitive in the game. I think I saw bits and pieces of this game. I think it was like a 12 o'clock kickoff in the States, but. Yeah, I was impressed with how HJK heads didn't drop after they went down 1-0. So, I still think this tie isn't necessarily done and over with. So, I'm kind of impressed, to be honest. And I think HJK, it's going to be hard to go away to Pilsen and get anything, but yeah. I was impressed with HJK. Usually at the second stage, they struggle historically, but they can make like Europa Conference League even if they lose this. So
yeah, they don't look too they don't look like they're gonna overturn this. But look, something that I actually mentioned, right? Remember, big up to Rico Don. I remember when I was doing the preview for the Dynamo Shkupi game, I did talk about the guy Ronaldo Cephas, right?
Yeah.
And the uncapped Jamaican player. And for some reason, I kind of didn't realize it was him who scored the goal for some reason.
I didn't either, to be fair.
Yeah. So thank you very much for just pointing that out, though. And I did mention that he could get himself on the national team radar if he does well in this competition. You know what I mean? And there you go, man. So thank you very much for that one. So look, we're gonna keep it moving. We still got a few more to talk about, and this one is something, man. This one,
That was
this
a good game.
this goal, man. Look, Zinchenko, the Olympiacos new man, perfect start to his Olympiacos career with a 7-minute goal there fortuitous goal. And then Haziza with also a very fortuitous goal. I don't know if he meant it or not, or if he just wanted to put that into the area, in a dangerous
They
area.
all count the same.
But that was a spectacular goal, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think Maccabi Haifa really, really deserves something here because Francie Perro, when he came on, he had an opportunity. He sprayed wide, he hit the post, so
they had Maccabi
threatened.
Haifa had 2 or 3 disallowed goals. I think.
Yeah, they had 2. They had 2 disallowed goals.
2 disallowed.
2 disallowed
goals.
I
think scored one of them. He had a pretty lively game.
Look, bro, the stats.
Look
at the stats.
Team.
Look at the stats. The stats don't lie.
Yeah.
14 attempts to 6. Olympiacos weren't that good on the day at all.
Not
they
at
really
all.
weren't that good. They had their moments, but Maccabi Haifa at home, they deserved the point, in my opinion, because I think they were very unlucky not to even win the game with the amount of chances that they got. And look at that, 8 on target. So the Olympiacos goalkeeper was a busy man on the night.
He was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's nice to see the Haitian international Francie Perro getting, a run out in the second half and almost scoring as well. He should have scored, but just unfortunate that he didn't.
Yeah.
But that Olympiacos goalkeeper was very, very, very busy. Pulled off some good saves and, kept them in the tie. So, look, Olympiacos at home is going to be very, very difficult to beat. But you just never know, man. What I saw from Maccabi Haifa, anything could happen in this second leg, man.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to the second legs next week. And we will come back and discuss, of course, the results. You know what I mean? We try to do them Wednesday or Thursday. So according to how my day's going and Steve's day's going. So, just stay tuned for that, man. Guys, look, the season is starting up pretty soon. So regular content will be, coming your way as per usual. So we're going to keep it moving, though. Well played, Haifa, and hard, Olympiacos. Maybe they're just warming up. A lot of absentees and everything in their squad.
Yeah.
So, they're just warming up. So, look, this result, man, wasn't expecting this one. But Ferencváros won, Slovan Bratislava 2. And I have to say,
another instance of 5 minutes of absolute Slovan Bratislava madness.
Slovan they like to leave it for late, it seems.
They do, and they nearly did. They nearly did it the weekend too. They were losing 2-1 away in their domestic league, and they got a late goal, and I was like, oh God, here we go again. I had them in a parlay bet, so I was like, maybe they could do it, but it didn't happen for them this time. But in Europe, they did just fine. And like I said, I told you guys, if you're gonna watch a game out of all of them, it was this one. The atmosphere. I watched this game at work, a lot of it, and the atmosphere was crazy, absolutely crazy, because these two teams, fan bases, hate each other. They really, really hate each other. There's a banner that said, "No." Was stolen land, stolen symbols, fuck Slovakia.
Because Slovakia and Hungary does share a border, so
yes.
That's why the hostility and everything. Yeah. But Base Gayan, the Armenian international, he was a menace in this game. And I think he picked up the assist for the Kashia goal. Yeah.
Crossing the box,
yeah, and the goal he scored was out of this world, man. That was brilliant. So
from the from the right side, left post, kissed that post too.
Yep.
Unreal.
Zachariasen opening the scoring here for Ferencváros, who I think they deserved the goal when they did get the goal, but they didn't do well enough to keep Slovan Bratislava out and keep them quiet though. So
In the
you
first
know,
half, Chauvin made two very, very good saves from outside of the box. One of them was from
I think
Tokmak
Traore had
and
a good
Traore had an
opportunity.
outside of the box. Both of them, to the left corner. Two really good saves from Chauvin. That got them the win, and it was in the first half. Really eventful first half, even though it was 0-0.
Look, as I said,
Really good game.
Ferencváros, they were very attacking. They hit the post twice. I think they were just unlucky not to score more, and they just lost, the momentum at the back end of the game, where Slovan seems to have that never say die attitude, just like the last round where they scored at Olympiacos and went on to win the tie there.
Yeah.
So look, this one still it hangs in the balance, but Slovan has the advantage because they will go at home. All they need is a draw, and they're through to the next round, which we will talk about the next round in this video as well. We will talk about the next round draw, which was done a couple of days ago. So we're going to keep it moving. We got two more 0-0 games to talk about. The Dinamo Kyiv Fenerbahçe match, which hangs in the balance still, the tie. And, Dinamo Kyiv looks a little rusty, as expected.
Yeah.
But one thing I have to point out is Mircea Lucescu is still managing this team. The man is a vampire. He's a Romanian. He's 76 years old these days.
One of the most decorated managers of all time.
Bro, it doesn't seem like he's gonna slow down any. I don't know. Maybe he'll keep managing until he's 80. I don't know.
He loves doing it, clearly. So hey,
I don't know, man.
Whatever makes him happy.
Yeah, but
credit to him for sticking it out with Dinamo Kyiv. I mean, no one would blame him if he left, but he's sticking around Dinamo Kyiv during hard times, and that's
exactly.
And honestly, I'm watching over the highlights right now because I honestly forgot to, and it seems like Fenerbahçe got more shots on goal, and I think the Dinamo Kyiv goal Buskanan was forced it.
Bushan, yeah.
Bushan, he was forced into one or two decent saves, but
the end of Valencia header was a good save early on in the game.
He's still playing. Damn.
Yep, he's still he's one of the reasons why Ecuador actually qualified for the World Cup. Believe it or not, his leadership and everything.
Class is permanent.
He was playing in Mexico and he was doing well.
Yes,
but look. One player that I was really impressed with, I saw a little bit of him, was the Goulet kid that you spoke about. He's a live wire. He's a live wire. You know what I mean?
I told you.
Definitely a live wire. So look, if you look at the stats here, 0-0. Dinamo Kyiv had their chances, none on target. However, they snatched out a lot of their opportunities. And you see, I think they had a really good chance and they just put it wide. They had a really good opportunity. And look, Fenerbahçe 6 on target, 6 off target, and the game's the tie is well poised. Fenerbahçe holds the advantage as they will go home, and home court advantage, of course. But you never know, man. You never know what will happen. Kyiv has a lot of quality in their setup and everything, and they could definitely go on to win this one. So look, not much really to talk about with this one. Two very, very strong lineups. You see a lot of popular names, in the Ukrainian setup.
Saigonkov.
Yep. Zabani. A lot of these guys, Karavayev, all of these guys play for the Ukrainian national team.
Polish right back.
Yep.
Popov, I believe, is
Hungarian
center back.
A lot of quality. You see, you go over to the Fenerbahçe team, they have a few new players. Josh King, Diego Rossi, Enna Valencia. All these are new players. Oyasi Samuel, Irfan Chankovic, all these guys, man. So a lot of quality in both teams. Jorge Jesus, this is his first Champions League match with the Fenerbahçe team as well, new manager. So it's going to be very interesting to see what transpires next week in all these ties. So for the last one, man, last but not least, Maribor Sheriff. I didn't actually get to watch the highlights for this one. And I will check it out when I'm done. if I remember. But 0-0. I picked Sheriff to go through, and I really don't have any context to really talk about when it comes to this one. I don't know if you watched this game or if you watched the
Nah,
highlights or anything.
I didn't, but I'm not surprised, honestly. Again, it's kind of typical of Sheriff where they don't get the win right away or whatever, but I wouldn't be surprised. They'll probably, if I had to put a bet on for the next game, I'd say a 1-0 Sheriff win. They find a way of grinding out these results.
Yeah, and they have the advantage as well where they will be
Yeah.
at home for the second leg. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So Sheriff, they have they hold the aces here. So look, that's all ties reviewed, reacted to,
Yeah.
and appreciate everybody watching. What we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go into the third qualifying round draw, which is the next round where after next Tuesday and Wednesday's matches, we'll know who will play each other. So this is what the draw actually look like. And this is gonna get good. This is gonna get really, really good because we go down here and they have the Champions Path where Maccabi Haifa or Olympiacos will come up against Apollon Limassol. And if it's Olympiacos versus Apollon Limassol, we got a derby there between the Greek and the Cypriot team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that'll be a very, very good one. And we go down to Qarabağ, Zürich. They would face Ferencváros or Slovan Bratislava. You know, these are teams coming through from three of them from the first round, and Zurich coming into this round. So that one, is well poised there and involve teams that are now in the second round. We have Ludogorets, which I think it will be Ludogorets versus one of Dynamo or Shkupi,
Probably.
where that one hangs in the balance. And if it's Ludogorets versus Dynamo, I don't know, man, if I could put my money on Dynamo for this one because they ain't look too sharp in their first game, and Ludogorets are looking good. So they would need to get their act together and fast. So Maribor or Sheriff will face Helsinki or Plzen. I think that's a good matchup. Linfield, Bodø Glimt versus Žalgiris or Malmö. What if it's Linfield versus Žalgiris? That would be good for one of those teams. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a rematch of last year's early.
Oh, for real?
Yes, it would be Zagreb and Linfield. They played last year in the. I think it was the first.
Okay.
It was the first qualifying round, or it might have been 2 years ago. I don't know. I remember that those two exact teams. I watched both of those games. So
and then we have former European Cup champions Cervena Zvezda coming in. They would face Pyunik or Diddeleng. So Zvezda making an entrance here in the Champions League qualifying and look to book a place, in the group stages. So we have the Champions Path there, teams that, won their various leagues and so on and so forth, or, coming through there. Not every team won their league there, but still. We have the League Path, teams that qualify via the league into the qualifiers, and you have teams like Monaco of France versus PSV Eindhoven. Both of these teams have definitely beefed up their lineups over the last couple months. Monaco roping in Minamino from Liverpool, that comes to mind, and a few other players. I haven't really looked at their roster just as yet. But PSV, I know there have been a lot of movement in the PSV team. New manager as well coming in. And that one would be a very, very, very good tie. Dynamo Kyiv or Fenerbahçe will come up against Sturm Graz from Austria. I think I haven't seen Sturm Graz play, but I think that's a good draw for either Dynamo or Fenerbahçe. Union St. Gilloise. This is one of the teams that did really well last season. I think they got promoted and then just ripped up the league.
Second place.
Yep. So they will face Rangers of Scotland, and Rangers have been in very good form. So this would be a really, really good, really, really good one, though.
Absolutely.
Benfica versus Midtjylland or AEK Larnaca. Like, you don't want to you really don't want to draw Benfica. They're one of the favorites to go on to make, be one of the last 6 to qualify for the Champions League group
Yeah.
stages there. So we have one, two, three. What is that? It's gonna narrow down to 10, right? No, yeah, it's gonna narrow down to 10. Is it still 12? Is it still 12? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many ties we got here? Yeah, it's still 12.
Yeah.
No, it's actually 10.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
10.
because like Copenhagen are waiting in the playoff round.
Yeah.
And, I forget who else is waiting for an opponent, but yeah.
Yeah,
there will be
12 ties. 12 ties in the end, and you'll have 6 teams coming through.
In advance, yeah.
So these games will be the third round playoff would start actually. Look, we have the playoff round draw would come out on the 2nd, and then the third qualifying round first legs will start on the 2nd and 3rd of August. So, and then the playoff rounds would start on the 16th and 17th when we are, we got the regular season started. So these other teams will be taking part in those competitions. So if we just scroll over, Steve, to the draws, and we go a little further ahead, we would see after the third qualifying round there will be the playoff. And if we go down to the playoff, we have Copenhagen and Trabzon Sports waiting there. And six third qualifying round winners in the Champions Path, and there will be league path. There will be 4 third round winners in the league path as well. So that'll make 12 ties.
Yeah,
I make 12 ties. You know what I mean? So we're not gonna go too far ahead. I just wanted to touch on that, and I don't want to get into the Europa League or anything right now. 47 minutes, I think we did pretty good. Big up to everybody who tuned in. You know what I'm saying? So Paloma says Sadio Mane won CAF Award for Best Player of the Year. I think he deserves it. So congrats to him. I didn't actually know that award was being given right now, but congrats to him though. So Victor Jomo, I did take a glimpse and I saw the result. Darwin Nunez got a hat trick, you know what I mean? So congrats to him. The whole thing with the warm-up thing was just banter, man. You know what I'm saying? He did look shitty in the warm-up, but people would take any little clips to just, talk shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's definitely how it is. But big up to MW Choli, long time follower of the channel. AD has a channel of his own. Devontae, Lego Dude, everybody who tuned in, man. Appreciate it. Palomo, Michael Olapido, everybody, man. Guys, make sure you do smash the thumbs up button. Steve and I just doing this to just keep the engine warm and just keep track and have context for when the main event starts. That we know what we're talking about when it comes around, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Steve, remember for this year, bro, you my Champions League guy, man. We're gonna talk a lot of Champions League. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
Yep. So it's nice doing it again.
Yeah.
And we'll reconvene next week.
Absolutely.
To talk about the results, and then we're gonna get into the predictions for the third. What are we gonna talk about? The third qualifying round, right? Yeah, the third round. Yes. We're gonna tally up our predictions, see how we stand. There's still a long way to go. You know what I mean? We only almost halfway through. If I'm not doing well or Steve not doing well, he got time to catch up for the third round and even the playoffs. So yeah. It's getting very competitive. Let's just say
it is. Oh, Dom, I have an interesting thing we could predict real quick. How many of these second legs? How many do you think will go to extra time?
Boy, I think quite a few would go to extra time. I think we will get about 5 of them go to extra time. 5 out of, because I think we will get 5 because there's a lot of draws going on right now, and there's also a lot of 1-0
1-goal games,
1-goal margins. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll have a lot more, and we might even have a few more penalty shootout than the last round.
I think Slovan and Ferencváros, I think that's destiny. that goes to extra time.
Yeah, that one might go all the way.
You know what's going to happen already if Slovan decide to, do some crazy shit within 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
I feel good about my predictions though, because even if I get 2 wrong,
I'm confident still. Even though I'm not doing that great right now, I'm confident, man, because there's quite a few draws and I could catch up though. Also, big up to Roberto Laws, Rico Don, everybody who came through.
Yes.
You guys are the real deal, man. If you're watching the replay, thanks again. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new. Look, Steve, it was a pleasure doing this again. A link to Steve's Twitter will be in the description box. You could check him out. If you want to interact with him on Twitter, feel free to do so.
Check me out on Newcastle Fans TV too.
Exactly.
Some more videos on there soon. So yeah.
He's talking about the new Newcastle guys. You know what I'm saying?
Newcastle.
Not the old one, the new one.
The new.
The Eddie Howe's Newcastle with all the big money signings and things like that, man. The oil money signings.
Oh, shut up. Your oil money too.
The oil money. Newcastle has become a plastic club, guys. Do you believe it? God damn. I'm only messing with you, man. But it is what it is, though. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But look, guys, Steve is a big shirt collector. You see him wearing the Linfield jersey there. I also have a nice little collection. I'm wearing the Juventus training jersey and everything there, you know what I mean? And I also like to drink beer from time to time, you know what I'm saying? So, guys, from your boy Steve and I, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out. Rich.
Peace.
Peace.